Hey everybody, welcome to Brown's Family Homestead. In this video, it's all about meat chickens. In our previous video, we brought you guys along on getting our chickens ready for processing day. And in this video, we picked up our 500 plus pounds of chicken to feed our family of 5 for a year. Today, we're gonna show you what our brooder setup looks like. We're gonna tell you what kind of meat chickens we prefer, and my husband's gonna give you every single detail you would need to know on a chicken tractor. Then I'm gonna bring you to the freezer. We'll show you all the different types of cuts we got for chicken. All right, so right here was our first brooder. My husband built it, just kind of worked with the space, and then we did a little bit of an upgrade across the room, which I'll show you. So right here, so you bring this door up, latch it, hangs just like this. I'll show you the inside. Okay, so this brooder holds comfortably about 25 meat birds. We had a little bit more in it this year, and we started noticing that they were getting a little bit cramped. So I would say 25 comfortably. So this is the new and improved chicken brooder. My husband designed it, and we really liked how it worked. So these open right up, and then also these open up. Because with us, we're just adding more chips daily at a certain point. So it gets pretty thick. So these are kind of a pain to clean. If you know, you know. What we do is we take a trash can or a wheelbarrow and we just bring it right up to this and we dump the bedding in. It makes it really easy to clean. And also you can see how big this is, and it's nice that it's up so we're not having to like bend over all the time when we're cleaning or feeding. So yeah, this was awesome. We have a nice window, some air ventilation, and we're glad that we did this. One of the best purchases we made were these crates. They're amazing. They make it super easy. They take up less space. They stack on top of each other. That's been awesome compared to we've used dog crates one time and it was just not fun. I mean, it just is a space waster. And then these are just awesome. We can fit about 10 birds in one crate. These heavy duty, awesome. Could not recommend more if you're thinking about getting into meat chickens or you are doing meat chickens and you're using dog crates. I mean, it's pretty easy and cost effective if you know people who have a bunch of dog crates. So can't argue about the price saver on that. But if you want to do a little bit of an upgrade, these are awesome to think about. Here comes the fun part, which is the chicken. I have a stand-up freezer that's full of chicken. I have a chest freezer that has chicken in it. I'll show you all the cuts. We went through a different processing facility this time. Super, super happy with the results of that. It just looks so much better. We had more options for what we could get back. Again, if you haven't seen us process our own birds and you're interested in that, we have a video of it. And then we've also done a combined situation where we took it to a processing facility. We got all whole birds back, unwrapped them at home, and then cut them ourselves to save some money. We have a meat vacuum sealer, the brand meat, and we just did it that way. And that worked out, but it was just a little bit labor intensive. So I'm gonna show you all the different cuts that we got.
Yeah, I'm going
from our 100 birds, as you can see, it's pretty filled because it's coming out of the freezer. So first up, we have boneless, skinless breast. We have chicken thighs, drumsticks, wings, necks and backs, which is for bone broth. And we have a big bag of feet that I can't get to for bone broth as well. This is our chest freezer, so I'll show you what's in here. So we couldn't fit all of our boneless, skinless breast in the other freezer, so this freezer just has more of that mixed with whole birds. So we have 20 whole birds in this freezer.
Okay, these are our two chicken tractors. This one is obviously made out of wood. This is our latest one. Our old one's made out of 3-inch PVC. There's some advantages and disadvantages to both. PVC one that we built the first time, we didn't really do everything properly, but it's definitely a lot lighter and it's holding up really well. That's a 10 by 10 and we put 50 birds in it. And we put our birds out on a pasture at week 4. So we put them in the brooder from birth to week 4. We look at the weather though, since being in Michigan, sometimes at week 4 it's still not warm enough out, so we'll keep them another week. inside the brooder to keep them warm. If I were to do another one, I'd probably do the PVC one just because it's a whole lot lighter for women to pull and things like that. This wood one, I really like it, but it's really heavy. I probably could have skimped on some of the 2 foot on center studs and things like that, but I didn't want the thing just to only last a year. One thing that I would do is I would put this polycarbonate roof on the PVC because we have steel on the PVC. If you put the polycarbonate on the PVC tractor, it is going to make it that much lighter. It's going to be amazing to pull. I think kids could probably pull it. Another thing that we did this year that was a game changer was put these wheels on. So we just put these 8-inch threaded rods in. We bought these little tractor wheels or lawnmower wheels, and every day that we move it, we just put these wheels on. You got to pick it up, put it on there, and it lifts the back up. And it's not only easier to pull, when you have the wheels on, it lifts it up a little bit so the birds can actually, even if their legs get sucked underneath, they can yank it back in. We didn't lose any birds like that this year, and it was really good. So, and it makes it a whole lot easier to move. This is a 10 by 12. I think the 10 by 10 is perfect. If we ever do a third one, or if this one breaks apart or that one breaks apart, I'll do another 10 by 10 with the polycarbonate roof on it because it was perfect shade. It blocks out most of the UV rays. The birds were never overheated with it compared to that. That's just a whole lot more weight compared to this. I think the main thing that I had to learn is you can kind of see that this PVC one is sagging and you can see the water on it. If I could redo that, I'd put some supports in the top of it, maybe like a 1x3 or something like that, just to hump that roof up a little bit so the water runs off. And we do have a video on how we made the PVC tractor. And I would do a couple more things, but that was version 1, and that's kind of what it came out to be, and it's perfect, and we'll use it next year too, and we'll just deal with it. But there are some things. The problem with the Joel Salatin style tractors, which are these, is you have to get inside of them. If you don't have proper panels, it'd be kind of tough to put all these roofing panels on with pins so you could take them all off. I don't think it would ever be exactly right. So we just use pole barn screws, and then pole barn screws for this too. It's a lot of work to take all the pole barn screws out, line it back up perfectly. So really the reality of it is someone is getting inside of that chicken tractor on their hands and knees. This year we used a board to kind of corral them around, but it's still a lot of work. So that's the downfall of these ones, but they're very simple. Siskovich style tractors are, you know, like an A-frame house, and they would be a whole lot easier, but it's a whole lot more thinking, a whole lot more time. These are very simple to build. You're not dealing with pitch, you're not dealing with any crazy cutting. We kept them in here from week 4 to 11, and we did Freedom Rangers. We've done Cornish Cross before, which I'm sure we've talked about in other videos. We just don't like them. If you're not trying to make money and you're just trying to feed your family, I would not go Cornish Cross. They're just a dirtier bird. They're very susceptible to minor things. Like we had a couple hard rains when we had Cornish Cross, and we lost a couple Cornish Cross because they, even if they had a high area in their tractor, they would drown themselves or stress themselves out so much that they would die. These Freedom Rangers they're healthy, they're hardy. I feel like they could probably get mixed in with our layers and be just fine. They're not just laying around every single second of the day. You can see them up running around. And I think they taste better as well. They do take an extra 2 or 3 weeks to grow out as opposed to Cornish Cross, but if you're not trying to make money, it shouldn't matter.
Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions about meat chickens, chicken tractors, processing chickens, we are going to be making so many recipes, bone broth. I have the feet, I have the backs and necks. I'm super excited to start freezing some bone broth. I have 3 jars thawing in my fridge right now. I love doing that. So if you guys are interested in anything like that, sourdough, gardening, homeschooling, homesteading, this is the channel for you. If you have any questions that we didn't answer about meat chickens, we would love to answer them. We hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something, and we'll see you next week with a new video. Bye.